Into it, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another amazing episode, because all the episodes are amazing. Another amazing episode of Elephant Pick. This is my show where I like to interview people. If you have an interesting story, if you have dope talent, anything of that, I say in that field, in that area, I interview you and I want to know your story, and that's the reason why you are here. But before I introduce my guests, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. All of that helps with the algorithm. Ladies and gentlemen, follow Elephant Pick on YouTube, on Instagram. We want your story. If we feel like you got a story, we want your story, and that's why my guy is right here to my left. It is not Mr. G. Let's get that out the way.
Mr. G.
Can we make that very clear? It's MRG in the building, ladies and gentlemen. MRG's in the building. MRG. When they see your name and they say Mr. G, how does that make you feel? Do you get tight? Keep it real.
It's happened so many times. It's like regular.
You're over it?
Program. I'm like, yeah.
At first you used to get mad?
I wouldn't get mad. I'd be like, I sound like a substitute teacher, like, you know.
So now,
you know?
before we continue, you have to explain the name MRG.
Nah, for sure. It's just my initials. Just my initials. And technically I am Mr. G. Technically, so I can't be too mad.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, it's just my initials, just my government.
Okay, so people, you know, they're usually in an era of Lil this, Lil that, and so please explain to me. Obviously, that's your name, but why just go straight up with the name and not maybe like another, you know?
I don't know. I guess being an athlete, like you play with your name on the back of your jersey. So now that I'm doing music, it's kind of the same thing. But like you said, there's a lot of littles and
bigs and
you know what I'm saying? But nah, I felt like, actually my boy gave me that name. I was in a rap group, like just messing around. You know, we had the garage band, MacBook out, and he was just like, yo, let's make a song. Everybody, you know, in middle school days with the garage band and stuff. So we made a song.
That was an era.
Yeah, that was an era, bro. So he was like, yo, what's your name? I'm like, damn, I don't know, bro. He was like, yo, let's do MRG. I was like, all right, fuck it. And it just kind of stuck ever since.
So you never had any other rap name before that? Keep it real.
Damn, that's a good ass question. Did I? I'm trying to think like my screen name. Now my screen name was MRG with my birthday.
What?
Yeah.
That's mad. All right, well, simple, straight to the point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna embarrass myself real quick, and I'm gonna tell you what my screen name was.
Okay.
It is extremely embarrassing.
All right.
It was Trapstar 211. Now, I'll put two P's for the, no, it wasn't tough, it was stupid. Because I don't know nothing about no trap. I had no idea what a trap was back then. But thank you. So everybody was wearing the snowman shirts. So I was like, yo, TRAPS. So that's when that shit came out. So I was like, yeah, like, that was my name. And yeah, that was, well, you did way better than me as far as as far as the name. So, nah, that's what's up. So, like, let the people know exactly where you're from.
Yeah, I'm from Queens, New York, East Elmhurst, on the border of East Elmhurst, Jackson Heights, right by LaGuardia.
Okay.
Queens, nonstop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Born and raised in Queens.
Born and raised in Queens.
Okay. And as far as ethnicity, when I first came across, like your name came across my desk, and I was looking into you, I was like, yo, he looks like Middle Easternish.
Word.
I don't know if he's
real.
You get that a lot, don't you?
Anytime I'm going,
it's the beard, bro.
Anytime I take a flight, bro, you already know they.
Get out of here! No way.
They on some random security shit.
You had situations like that?
Hell yeah, every time.
Get out of here.
Ever since the beard.
Oh, it's the beard. Okay, but you never shaving the beard though.
Nah, I'm not shaving the beard.
Not shaving the beard.
It's just become like a part of me. Like,
okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So
I was a late bloomer. I didn't really have it until, you know, like 22, 23. So even my ID is like, I don't have the beard on my ID.
I'm still kind of struggling. I can't get the full beard like you, but you know, we day by day, we take it day by day. So you said you used to play sports.
Yeah.
So can you talk to me about that?
Yeah, baseball, man. Before I could walk, I had a baseball bat in my hand.
Wait, don't say what position, because I'm going to guess right now.
Yeah.
I want to say you were first base.
Yeah.
It's
a good ass game.
Pretty good. Hey, because I was like, damn, this dude is kind of tall. He got to be first base. He got to be first base.
I was second base first. I was a late bloomer, y'all. I was like, in high school, I went from like 5'8" to like 6'2", like in one summer. And then they moved me to first, because originally I was second base. Then a little bit of shortstop. Derek Jeter, super Derek Jeter fan. I wanted to
Okay,
be,
so you're a big Yankee fan?
Yeah, big Yankee fan.
Okay.
Big Yankee fan.
I'm a Red Sox fan. How you feel about that?
I fuck with the Red Sox.
Really?
Because as weird as it sounds, because they have all the Dominicans. They have Pedro, David Ortiz.
Thank you. Somebody
Manny
that
Ramirez.
understands.
You know what I'm saying?
Finally.
So,
Oh my goodness.
It was hard to hate them growing up.
Thank you. That's all I've been asking about. You know what? I could go a whole different tangent on that, but anyways, this is Elephant Pick, and thank you for coming out, man. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Bro, I got a bunch of questions I want to ask you, and let's talk about. All right, so you started with GarageBand with your homie, just messing around, and he gave you the name MRG,
yes,
even though technically that's your real name.
My parents gave me that name.
So he gave you the name. So what inspired you to take that route? Because at this time, are you in sports also?
Yeah. So this was when I was 16. I tore my ACL playing football.
Damn.
So I played like football, baseball, basketball. Actually, I got cut from basketball, which I'm still salty about. Because I give anybody 40.
Yeah?
You know what I'm saying? I have like this chip on my shoulder.
Like Dylan Brooks said to LeBron, like that?
Nah, like, it's funny, like, playing basketball, I don't know what it was, man, but like, I have hoop dreams, yo. I love basketball. Even though I was a baseball player, like, it's hard.
And football.
But
played everything.
It's hard to, like, play football or baseball on some, like, on the weekend. You got to get 9 people on one team, 9 people on ball. You could just pull up to the park, you know, probably see some people play 3-on-3. Football, obviously, kind of the same thing. But, yeah, I tore my ACL playing football, and naturally, I had to get ACL surgery. I was out for 9 months. So
What you did, bro? You kicked somebody in the face, man? Like,
nah, bro, ACL is like a non-contact, bro.
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah, I was playing running back, and I got the ball. Actually, it was half non-contact. Like I cut, but then a lineman fell on my knee.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he felt so bad. He felt like he was like, damn, bro, like, cause he knew he landed on my knee. Once he landed on my knee, he saw my reaction. He was like, fuck.
Damn.
But you know, he was responsible for MRG too. Cause if I didn't get hurt, I probably would still be playing baseball maybe to this day. So
you never know. That's the butterfly effect, right?
Yeah, for
you
real,
never know.
For real,
so
for real. So I'm grateful for the injury.
Okay, so now about the music and how you developed the passion for that.
Yeah. So I mean, just, you know, sports and music is so similar. You know, not every, but, you know, you got like Kobe Bryant dropping albums. I don't know if he dropped the album. I know Shaq dropped the album.
Yes.
But, you know, a lot of athletes.
AI.
Yeah, look up to the rappers and the musicians and vice versa. So, you know, music was always around. On the way to the baseball game, in the dugout, playing music. It was always around me. Queens, seeing 50 Cent. Not seeing him like that, but, you know, in terms of, like, he really put on for
Queens thing.
Yeah, you know, so, and just the competitive side, hip-hop is very competitive, you know, freestyling, battling. Yeah, I did it for fun with my boy, just rapping on GarageBand, and I fell in love with it, honestly. Like, when I got back playing baseball, even though I started, like, having breakout years in baseball, it was messed up because I was falling out of love with baseball, even though it was like my prime years.
Even though you was killing it.
Yeah, it was like the girl you in love with finally loves you, and now you love a different chick. You know what I'm saying? So
we all know
like,
that story.
Yeah, you know, so
okay,
it was like bittersweet to retire in baseball.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what was the defining moment that you were like, all right, music is what I'm dedicating my life to now? Like, what was that? What was that moment?
It's kind of a long story, but I was in a rap group, so after falling in love with it, I started taking it more seriously. So me and my boy had a rap group, and his father was family friends with DMX's entertainment lawyer / like manager. So for my boy's birthday, we went to DMX's studio in Yonkers. DMX was locked up at this time. So we do our first recording in a big ass legit studio, you know, similar to this. It's DMX's studio. So I remember the engineers pressing the button, and we talking shit, like, probably clowning his outfit or some shit. He's like, yo, you know I could hear y'all, right? I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, damn, I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting all like...
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, rookie mistake. But I did the verse. The song came out hot. But DMX's guy, the plug who got us in there, pulled me to the side. He was like, yo, you got serious talent. And I'm like, oh, shit, it's my first time in a big studio. And he was finishing up the DMX album. You know, even though he was locked up, it was still like finishing the album, beats, finishing open verses. So he was like, yo, I have this track on the DMX album produced by Swiss Beats called Hold the Line. I want you to do a verse, and if it's fire, we want to put you on. And I was like, oh shit, like,
wow.
That was definitely the moment where, you know, so I ended up doing the verse in Harlem. I still got the contract on my phone because, you know, it's a crazy story. Like, people really wouldn't believe it. Yeah, from that moment, I got the okay from Swiss Beats. I got the okay from him, from the manager, entertainment lawyer. And then something with DMX, he came back from jail. That was that incident in LaGuardia. He like got arrested again. So I don't know the whole story. And my guy who actually put me on passed from COVID. So rest in peace ATG, rest in peace DMX, obviously. Basically when he got back, he got into more legal issue, and I think the label was like, man, from a business point of view, it's more of a liability, all these legal fees, the album kept getting delayed. So the joint we did never came out. So I still have it like on my desktop. Yeah, but from that moment, I was like, yo, I'm about to be on DMX album. I could really do this.
That's a hell of a intro.
Right?
Like,
for real.
You're talking about heavyweights. You're talking about DMX. You're talking about Swiss Beats. You're talking about like serious.
Never got to meet them yet, but still, just, you know, obviously Swiss had to co-sign it, and X's team had to co-sign it. And I remember when he did I think it was like a Soul Brooklyn Casanova freestyle. I remember when I heard his freestyle, I'm like, oh shit, that's the verse from the song we did. So he was spitting it, and I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. 10 years later, I don't know if it was 10 years, but it was like, you know, like 6-8 years after that moment in time from when we did the record, he's spitting it like 6-8 years. I'm like, wow, this shit crazy to see him
and that was the moment that you were like, yo, this is what I gotta.
Hell yeah, definitely. And I was in love with it too. So not only was I like, can I do this, but I really wanted to do this, because a lot of people want to do things, but they don't really, like, you gotta be obsessed with it, you know?
Absolutely. Like, that's one thing that I know for sure. Like, anything you're passionate about, you gotta all day, every day. That's what it is. Like, it's almost like an addiction. And we're gonna talk about talk about addiction. Shout out to Boss Man on the building. I wanna bring that up. I don't wanna forget about that. But anyways, so your first album, is it Live from the Hearse?
Yeah, it technically is my first album. I did a mixtape on Dat Piff. It's called Rebirth.
Rest in peace, Dat Piff, right? Because it's not even out anymore.
Yeah, I've been trying to access my old, and it won't load.
Yeah, Dat Piff, that's it. They took down the website.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's done.
So yeah, that was my first album, legit, in terms of like Spotify, Apple Music, everything legit. You know, actually working with producers and not just getting beats online. So
how was that experience for you?
It was dope, man. It was dope. It was my first introduction to that album. Was the first time I was really recording myself. So even being in the studio, like, it's so funny. Every time I come in the studio, it's like, it's foreign to me, because when I come in the studio, it's usually for content or interviews. I don't be recording in the studio, because I record myself, and I just...
You record yourself, you engineer yourself, everything?
So my engineer, shout DJ Most Wanted, fire engineer, he gave me a template, which kind of gives me like a it's like a template with like preloaded plugins, so it sounds pretty good already.
Presets.
Yeah, with presets, exactly, yeah. So, yeah, man, recording is just, I like to talk about my life. I like to talk about vulnerable shit, so sometimes it might feel uncomfortable if I'm in the studio with my guys, or just random people, like 10 people deep, and I'm out here sharing really personal shit.
It's interesting because, you know, some artists that I interview, they say, oh, okay, like, I don't care if it's a bunch of people, maybe that's a vibe for me, but you're more introspective with that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's dope. And we're going to talk about some of the personal stuff, because I've definitely heard that in your music, but so in some of your tracks, you speak both Spanish and English. Like, you kind of do a Spanglish kind of vibe. Yeah. So I feel like that's more of a trend nowadays. Yeah. Like, maybe back then it wasn't as much as now. So what influenced you? First of all, what's your ethnicity, and then what influenced you to incorporate like the Spanish English vibe? Right.
So my pops is born in DR.
For those that don't know it, because I hate this when people say the doctor. No, it's not DR. It's Dominican Republic. Don't piss me off, guys, for real. All right, go on.
Yeah, so DR in Mocha, like in the Campo, and then he moved to Santiago, and then he came to Washington Heights, South Bossman O, 160th. So O actually lived literally, like, my pops is 1 of 12, so his whole family was in Wash Heights on 160th Street. And O lived in, I think, like, well, I don't want to say exact, because I don't want to say but he lived in between my two tias, so like he's like family,
pretty much family.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he seen me grow up coming to the block, like crazy story. But you know, I had a picture of my pops, and he saw my music on Instagram. He like, yo, I fuck with this kid. And then he saw the picture of me and my pops. He was like, yo, that's Basilio's son. Like, no way. And then he DM'd my cousin, so he didn't realize, I guess, the beard and me just.
It's the beard, man. It's the beard.
He saw me growing up, so. Yeah, so my pops is from DR, and then my mom is just upstate, just Dutch, Irish guy, just a whole bunch of white. Yeah.
Okay. So you're half white, half Dominican.
Yeah.
Okay, half. Interesting. Okay, so being around your pops and being raised in that area, that influenced you to
definitely
kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So now let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about London.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the UK. I've never been out there, but you have.
You gotta go, bro.
So talk to me about that. What was your experience out there? What did you go out there to do? You met some interesting people out there.
Yeah, definitely. So I started building my fan base on Facebook actually, and London I started posting videos on Facebook, and London just really rocked with. I guess London and New York were kind of like cousins. They really rock with our lingo and our accent, and I think a lot of New Yorkers love the London British accent, so I started actually getting more buzz out there. And I didn't realize that actually a lot of New York artists get love overseas first, and then New York. You know New York is bougie, bro.
That's what I was gonna say.
You
like
gotta get lit somewhere else, and then New York gonna fuck with you. It's very rare for you to pop off in New York. Like, I think Shmurda, like the only Bobby Shmurda, one of the few artists to really get lit, like in the new generation.
I would say it's very difficult.
Yeah.
I would say Cardi blew up here.
True.
You know, but there's like, it's very difficult. I definitely agree with that. Why do you think we're so bougie out here?
Nah, I think it's just the crabs in a barrel kind of. I think everybody mean mugs here. We're very prideful, you know what I'm saying?
We are.
Like, we don't say hello. We just be on the train looking at each other, probably thinking we might get pressed by, you know, we just like, yo, we never know. Somebody might try and rob us. Somebody might try.
I try to explain that to people that's from out of town. Like, yo, we're just always on point because you never know what's going on. So we're always looking over the shoulder. So maybe that gives into us being bougie. But I'm sorry, you were talking about London and your experiences out there.
So a lot of London people on Facebook, Instagram were rocking with me. So I kept seeing messages like, yo, when you gonna come out for a show? I was like, all right, bet. Let me hit the venue up. Hit this venue up. We did like a 120 person venue, nothing crazy, but yeah, man, it was lit. It was lit.
Dope, man.
And actually, one of my first like co-signs from a bigger artist was Big Narcy. He's an artist out there from London, and he has his own TV show. He actually got like the biggest black TV show, night show. Like, you know, he got like the Jimmy, I guess the hip hop version of a Jimmy Kimmel or something. So he's an entertainer and he's an artist, and it was crazy. He was like, yo, if you pull up to London, you already know we got a link. So in this record, I said, yo, I got a link with Big Narcy on this record. So I go to London, and we touched down. We had the show, but then Narcy hit me like, yo, I'm shooting a video with Ed Sheeran and Papoose, pull up. I'm like, oh shit, I say less. I saw
the promo for that video. That was an interesting combination.
Yeah, so long story short, Big Narcy's, I can't remember, I think Big Narcy's daughter's godfather is Ed Sheeran. Him and Ed Sheeran are like this.
You lost me already. Big Narcy's daughter's brothers, what?
Nah, Big Narcy's daughter's godfather is Ed Sheeran.
Okay, okay.
So Ed Sheeran and Big Narcy are really cool. Yeah, it was crazy, bro. Pulling up to that video, I mean, Ed Sheeran moved like the president, bro. Like 10 security guards, like, and he cool as fuck too, man, humble, like.
Everybody loves him in the business. Like, he's cool as fuck. Seems like he's a very easygoing person, like a person that you get along with super quick.
Yeah. Papoose was there.
Yeah, shouts to
Papoose. Shout out Papoose. But you already know that New York is still even
absolutely
on point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
always, for sure. So, what would you say was your favorite thing about being out there?
Man, London is so clean, bro. Like, like, I know it's random as hell, but like, the city is just so clean. People are so nice. They say hi. The accents, you already know. The women have beautiful accents out there. We were actually there in the summertime during Carnival. Shit was crazy. It was pretty lit. They have like this carnival. So I think just a combination of people being so nice. You know, like you said, New York, everybody's kind of.
Ladies treat you good out there?
Yeah.
They was like MRG. They said it with an accent.
MRG.
That's how they got you.
Yeah, that's how they got me.
Okay.
I was like, I gotta go back.
I ain't mad. That's what I was gonna say. Like, any plans on returning back there, or?
I think this time around, as opposed to setting a show up, you already know, being independent. I know you mentioned it earlier, just indie. It can be a hassle to set up a show. So the next time I want to go out there on some like invited, as opposed. Not that I wasn't invited, because people were messaging me, but I'd rather do it with a promoter out there.
Okay.
You know.
I mean, it's not even though you said the show was 120, right? Roughly 120 people. That's not easy to do as an independent artist.
Yeah, I
like that's very difficult. And salute to you for getting that done.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let's talk about it a little bit more. The independent grind. Like, what do you like about it? What do you dislike about it? Well,
I think what I do like about it is being in control of everything, like from the videos to the content, recording myself, picking the beats. You know, I'm a little bit of a control freak naturally, because when you start out doing everything, it's hard to delegate, because you're like, damn, I do this. Like, so being able to control every aspect is nice, because, you know, if you go major, you don't have control of
a lot of the time,
you might not have control of the beat you rap over, you might not have control of your outfit, where you record. So, you know, being able to control everything is nice, but it's a double-edged sword, because now you got to do everything. You got to be a part of every process, and it's a grind, bro. It's time consuming. You already know. So
are you interested in going major? I know that might sound cliche, but
definitely. If the scenario is right, you know, you have to have leverage at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
can you please explain that exactly what you mean by that? Because a lot of people don't. A lot of artists coming up, they don't understand that you need leverage.
Definitely.
So can you explain that?
Absolutely. You know, artists, we think naively, we think, oh, yo, we just gonna make music, and if the shit is fire, we're gonna get put on. Hell no. Hits aren't made, hits are marketed. You have to be a brand that you have to add value to people, especially nowadays. Like I said, I record at home, so these studios are like prehistoric, low key. Like this is more here for content, networking. With technology nowadays, we could all drop a mixtape with like a couple $1,000s for a setup, and then we don't have to pay any studio time. You know, you don't have to keep paying engineers. So you know, I share all that to say that the competition is non-stop, bro. Like anybody back in the day, in the 90s, 2000s, you needed a studio, but now pretty much anybody and their moms could drop a mixtape. So you're competing literally with so many more people. So you have to have that branding, what makes you different, marketing, visuals. Everything's visuals nowadays. Like I don't drop anything unless there's a visual. Plus it's like, I forget who said it, but it's something like you want to stimulate all senses. No, that sounds kind of freaky, but like, you know, music is an audio experience. Why not give them the visual as well? So now you got the visual and the ears. So, you know, that combination, you know how it goes when you see a music video, you like the song better. So why not use visuals to your advantage? And you know, especially with Reels, TikTok fucked the game up in a good way, you know, because now that TikTok really got popping, because people were able to hit the algorithm without needing 100,000, 150K followers. Like you could get lit at 2,000 followers if you just have great content, which is great for independent artists. You know, it really kind of levels the playing field to where talent or creativity is gonna rise regardless of how many followers you have. So
and when another thing that I wanted, maybe we could talk a little bit more about, is when you say leverage. You mean like your following and
your following, your streams, your reach, pretty much your numbers. And you know, they should be organic. I think labels are able to tell if numbers are organic or not.
I see a lot of people, they have millions of plays and they can't pack out 100 people.
I mean, that's one of the tests to fake or not, you know.
When you get real bodies in the place, that makes a difference.
Yeah, exactly. And you could tell. I mean, the average fan probably can't tell, but because I do marketing and you're in the music industry, people be having 1 million views with 200 likes and 50 comments. You're like, come on, dog. Like,
it don't add up.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know, a lot of people they have a following and then they fluff it up a little bit more with the
facts.
It's all part of all part of the business. So now during the pandemic, there were a lot of major artists swindling upcoming artists. I don't know. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. So there were artists out there like, yo, I'll put you on a mixtape, blah blah blah. Like, a couple of those. Did you ever hear about any of those scams, and or are you able to talk about it? And
I don't want to say no names.
You don't have to.
Yeah. I think people were just looking for come ups. Everybody got that stimmy check. People had extra income.
There was a lot of 1942s flying in the club.
Facts. A lot of what was it, sea boil joints?
The seafood boils?
Yeah. A lot of seafood. Yo, dinner, that was like every dinner. I'm like, damn, they eating good. But
So what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah,
on that
so I don't think it was the artist. I think it was probably somebody on the artist team who was like, yo, want to make some bread real quick? Yo, let's put this mixtape together. You know, they probably got shared account where it wasn't the actual artist speaking. It was somebody on their team just looking to make a couple quick dollars.
Charging people and stuff. Because I did see a lot of people like screenshot it like, yo,
Yeah,
X
that happened
person.
to me too. Yeah,
So that happened to you too. So they tried to, did you fall for it?
I didn't fall for it, but I used it to my advantage. Like, yo,
okay.
Look who hit me up, even though I wasn't special.
Nah, I ain't mad at that. Yeah. As long as you didn't fall for this scam, because a lot of people did.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I mean, who knows? If I didn't have as much experience, you see so-and-so hit you up, you think you like...
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, they're actually paying attention to me. And
exactly.
a lot of people fall for that. So, what do you think are some of the challenges that Latin hip-hop artists face, like, in hip-hop? Like, I feel like now is the era where you're starting to see a little bit more diversity in hip-hop.
Yeah.
So, like, do you feel like you face any challenges because of your background, your ethnicity in this hip-hop game?
That's a good question. You know, I'm surprised, bro. I'm surprised a lot of, for Latino people being it. First off, we from New York, so, like, I find it shocking that certain parts of the country don't realize Latino people been in hip-hop, like, since day one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just being Dominican, and we're from well, you know, us being Dominican, you know, the whole Latino, and it's a culture, but then you got, you know, Dominican is an ethnicity, but you got race. Like, you know, me being mixed, my father's Afro-Dominican, so, like, people don't understand that, I guess it's a complex conversation is what I'm trying to say, because, you know, hip-hop was made in the Bronx, right? I guess by Black and Puerto Rican people, but even that sentence, Black and Puerto Rican people, most Puerto Rican people have Black heritage, some are just Afro-Puerto Rican. So I share all that to say that, like, it's crazy that other parts of the country don't realize, like, Latinos, we've been here since day one. So I never thought of it as a challenge, because I'm like, we're here. We've been in the party.
We're in the melting pot.
Yeah, exactly. I'm also surprised there are not a lot of people, Latino artists doing the Spanglish stuff, you know? Especially, like, I don't know, I really haven't heard it a lot, honestly.
I feel like there's a lot of Latinos going into English.
Yeah.
More than Latinos that like, let's say, were born out here going into the Spanish.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Wait,
all right, so, like, for example, there's more artists, let's say, like a Anuel, right? That he started with Spanish, and then now he, like, you can catch him in an interview, he's talking full English, or he'll do a song with a hip-hop artist, you know what I mean? More than an artist that was born out here and started with English going into Spanish.
Yo, you know what it is? And I don't know if I'm gonna sound like a hater. Spanish is such a beautiful language, and I think Designer said this, mad random. He was like, yo, Panda was a hit because of the vowels. So it got me thinking. I'm listening to Spanish music. I'm like, oh shit, it's all ooh, ah, oh. You know what I'm saying? English is more of like a harsher language.
Yeah, because it comes from German, so like it makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say that I think Spanish is a lot, and I might sound like I'm hating. I feel like Spanish is easier to sound better in. You know
Everything does sound better in Spanish.
Right, tell me not.
I think that
Anything,
it is. I know we were talking about the Latino and like the Spanish being a little bit smoother than the English and stuff like that.
Definitely.
But I want to switch gears, and I want to talk specifically about certain songs that you have.
For sure.
So let's talk about Top Boy.
Hey.
Top Boy, is that your favorite song? Do you have a favorite song that you made?
I'm a little biased by the numbers. Like, I like Money Come the best, but I might just be biased because it's been the most successful.
And it's the first one. As soon as you go on Spotify, like, that's the first one.
Exactly. And that was my first drill record. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
baby.
Let's talk about Top Boy. You say the cloud is a bonus.
Yeah. Cloud is a bonus.
Explain to the people, what do you mean by that? The cloud is a bonus.
My guy's IG caption was like, the cloud is a bonus, and he was looking fly. I'm like, I like that. So the cloud is a bonus. Just being independent. You know, I love music for music, but this is what I do, so we got to get paid from it. So money comes first, you know, especially as an independent artist. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to be one of the greatest of all time, so naturally you're going to have clout. But, like, when you really doing something and you nice at it and you work hard, the rewards are the experience itself. I get to actually do this music, which is a blessing. Not a lot of people get to really be living their dreams out.
Facts.
And you know, the clout is a bonus. Like the people getting love from the people is the bonus, because me just being able to put music in the world and express myself that's the best feeling, you know. And then the clout is like.
So do you see, and honestly speaking, do you see yourself, if this wasn't making money for you?
Yeah.
Do you see yourself like, yo, I'ma still put out music. I'll still put out music. Because a lot of people are in it for the cash.
I think I don't know, a lot of people, I think that's why a lot of people fail too, because this is not a easy flip. Like, this is a 10-year, you know what I'm saying? Like, music is not an easy flip. Like, people got the game fucked up. They think, oh, I'm gonna just get a little bread right here, put on Spotify, get paid, get YouTube views. You gotta invest first. You're gonna be in the red for a couple years. Like, very rarely do artists make money off rip like that.
And
like,
you're spending a lot of money.
Yeah, hell yeah. You gotta spend a lot of money.
Make that very clear. Like, you're spending a lot of money on yourself.
Absolutely. You gotta invest in yourself. It's a business at the end of the day. So, you know, I think the people who really love it, you know, when you love it, it's cliche, but when you love what you do, you don't realize you're putting in 24 hours or whatever the time period is, you know.
That's
where if you're doing it for cash, you're like, damn, it's been 4 hours and we not even.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
keep looking at the clock like,
word.
That's a fact. So now let's talk about another one of your songs, Enchanted.
Yeah, Enchanted.
So you were in a toxic relationship, bro?
Yeah, man, definitely.
Why you smiling so much?
Nah, I feel like a lot of people in the pandemic and just toxic relationship is like a trending topic or whatever. But
so
yeah,
what
it was toxic. It was toxic.
What it is, so that song is inspired by your toxic relationship.
It's inspired by my toxic relationship, but also my boy's toxic relationship. I was like one of my boys' therapists damn near. You know when your boys like always saying you like So I got a lot of inspiration from him as well, but obviously I drew from my personal experience too.
Okay, so let's talk about toxicity.
Yeah.
Let's talk about give me 3 signs that you're in a toxic relationship.
3 signs? Man,
sound like you got like 20 in your mind.
It's a little vulgar, but I feel like I'll keep it PG. Like the love y'all make is all-time high, because it's like mixed with anger and jealousy and passion, and you know what I'm saying. It's fucked up. This is how it is. So I think that's number 1. Like,
so the better the sex, the more toxic the relationship probably is.
Yeah, they like what's the word? They're like correlated.
Oh.
Yeah, I think there's some correlation.
Okay, so that's 1.
That's 1. Number 2 is, 3, would you say 3 signs?
3 signs that you're in a toxic relationship. Number 1, sex is amazing.
Number 2 is you just stress more, bro. It's like having another job, but like having another boss that's on your ass. Like, you just stress,
another
bro.
boss, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, you just stress. And number 3, oh man,
right, you got to pull back in the memory bank.
Yeah,
we need
I really
that.
do. I try to erase the memories and shit. You know what I'm saying? 3 signs you're in a toxic relationship. I would say a lot of on the phone. Like like a lot of on the phone trying to figure shit out. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even know what's really going on.
Yeah, you like so like a lot of like, oh, this happened last week. Why didn't? Or vice versa. You know?
Okay.
So a lot more longer phone conversations.
I feel like somebody. I'll add a bonus there. Somebody that they can't, like, if you're not with them physically, it's like they blowing up your phone 24/7. Like well, that's kind of what you said, but I feel like that's another sign of a toxic relationship.
Definitely.
Do you enjoy those type of songs that you write more when it's like relationship stuff, or?
Partially, I think in terms of like getting it off my chest and being like, wow, this is exactly how I felt. And I think with that song specifically, it resonated with a lot of people. And to just see people like DM me or put a long ass paragraph comment like, yo, this is exactly what I went through. It's dope that I could share my experience and kind of help people through their own toxic shit. Or maybe realize like, yo, I'm bugging while I'm in this relationship. Like,
do you feel like that's your favorite bag to get into?
I think so.
Interesting.
I think so. I like making more, because that's like the realest. Emotional music will always win. Like even like at its core, emotional music is like Adele. Like I would say if I listen to her, I personally don't listen to her, but I feel like she's like one of the most successful just mainstream artists like her, Ed Sheeran.
I think The Weeknd too.
Yeah, The Weeknd too, exactly. So I think emotional music is always, I like to call it emo music.
That's the key.
Yo, I'm about to get in my emo bag. I think that music will always stick around because music, you selling a feeling. You know, that's what I realized. Like, you selling emotions and making people feel some type of way. And yeah, that's probably, it's just the most rawest bag I get into.
Okay. So with the music industry changing, and we're gonna switch gears, like I said. So with the music industry changing so much, I feel like people are putting out less and less albums, and there's just much more singles.
Yeah, definitely. That's the type of time I'm on. I think just, man, attention span, bro. There's so much content, bro. Content. Like, think about, man, last week I was just looking at my screen time. I'm like, yo, I gotta chill. Like, I'm on the phone so much, you know? So, like, you have 1 second to get somebody's attention. That's why, if you notice with my songs, I start right away. Like, Top Boys, like, blah, fuck up in yon.
Yeah.
I don't know intro. And my producers be mad. They be like, yo, but this shit sound. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm starting the record off, you know what I'm saying?
Smart.
You know
These are subtle
like,
things that people don't realize, but it like your subconscious
bro.
picks it up.
Yeah, you scrolling. Like, what's gonna stop them for 1 second? They don't want to hear a beat build or like a little story of them going to the bodega with their friend and doing a drug deal. Like, come on, dog. Like, you know, that's like I used to want to do that shit, but I'm like, yo, like, how am I gonna waste 15 seconds when you literally have 1 second to just go like that?
That's all you have. Interesting way to put it. So you're much more single focused.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to build my audience. You know, I want to be at a much higher level before I drop an album.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was gonna be one of my questions. Like, do you feel like you need to drop an album anytime soon, or you just straight up?
I might drop an album before the year ends. Like, my fans definitely ask for it, but I think singles are the way to go, honestly. Like, I'm still also messing around with sounds and still discovering certain bags I could get into and whatnot. And I think versatility is so important. I think if you have one sound, it's good because you can get on quicker, but the quicker you get on, the quicker you can fall off. So
I want to name a couple rappers, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So people tell me, oh, just do the turn up Spanglish shit. Like, yeah, that shit might have the most numbers because it may be the most different, but I don't want to box myself in as a Spanglish turn up drill rapper. Like, that's going to hurt me in the long term, I feel. It'll probably get me the littest, the quickest, but like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to keep giving people the same song with a different beat.
This music stuff is a marathon. It's not a race.
Yeah, facts. R.I.P. Nip.
What's the most important thing you've learned in this journey of yours in music?
Oof.
You got to pick only one thing.
Damn, that's tough because you learn a lot in this game. That success is not linear. Like, that joint is roller coaster, bro, and just. You know how it gets, man. You get down in the dumps sometimes. You like depressed, like fuck. Like, you hit a high and then you kind of plateau. It's like the old highs or the new lows. So just understanding that it's like Bitcoin, bro. Like, Bitcoin be like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you just gotta make sure when you balance it all out, it's a slope like this. But in the meantime, it's gonna be waves. And yo, when you at that low point, you just gotta absorb it and understand that it's natural and that this time is gonna happen. And if you're working hard and, you know, blocking all the external distractions, like, you know, comparison is like one of the toughest things a lot of people face in real life, but also in the music industry. Like, so, you know, everybody got their own race, you know, so
how do you keep your eyes on the prize in those moments that you feel the lowest?
Damn, that's a good ass question. Damn, I'm trying to think right now. How do I keep?
Everybody has their own thing that they do.
I started journaling more, believe it or not. Yeah. Shout out to my ex. He got me into that. You know.
That's one good thing that came out of a toxic relationship.
There you go. I mean, it takes two to be toxic. I would never be on some. I would never be on some like, oh, you know. I played my role too. Being an artist too. A lot of people don't. It's hard to date artists and just anybody in the music industry. I realized that I probably can't date somebody outside of it, at least for now in the come up phase, because this is like being an artist, you always work, but especially I feel like the come up phase is like there's doubt, uncertainty, You know, at least when you're more established, you can kind of you're more stable for a relationship when you more on. But when you coming up, there's so many unknowns, people switching. But yeah, journaling, just writing affirmations, like I know who I am. Reading, you know, kind of taking a step back from the music. You know, maybe playing ball more. Just trying to like understand that it's tough, man. Because in sports, I was so used to like, okay, I'm gonna go to the batting cage, I'm gonna get my reps in. With music, sometimes you just don't feel it, like, you know, like, or I'll be doing something else and the song will just come to me. It's not like I can go in the studio and say I'm on 100% of the time. So I think just stepping back from the music sometimes and just even talking to supporters, man. I'm so grateful to be at a stage where like I can't keep up with my messages, but I'll notice when I'm like maybe not feeling it with the music, I'll be like, yo, man, let me talk to some of my supporters and just thank them for rocking with me. Because at the end of the day, without the supporters, artists aren't anything without their supporters. So, you know, trying to take the time out to answer my DMs and just reflect on how far I've come. You know?
Nah, that's dope. And so before we get out of here, there's a couple things, just like 2 more questions I want to ask you.
No, sure.
What's the goal for MRG? Like, where do you see MRG in 5 years?
Oh man, that's dope. I want to be a household name type artist. I think my music, I think any artist should. I don't know. I feel like they're 2 kinds of artists. Not to like put everybody in a box. I feel like there's like the more competitive, and I feel like most of these people like myself come from sports, where we kind of, you know, we see hip hop as a competition. We competing, and then you got kind of the pure artists who are like, oh, this is just my expression. Whatever happens, happens. Obviously, I love to make music, but I'm very competitive and prideful in my music. I think I make some of the best music naturally. Any hip hop
as you should,
Way,
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I'm versatile. I feel like I can do it all. I can do any genre, and yeah, man, I'm excited to keep it pushing. I feel like I finally found more of my sound and. Like you said, it's a marathon, bro. Even in sports, I was always a late bloomer. Like I didn't get popping until like junior, senior year of high school. So I kind of see that in the rap game too. Like I'm really starting to bloom and starting to, you know, get a lot of eyes on me, which I'm grateful for. And I'm only getting better. My next song is my best song. So that's
what's up. So like, what can we expect from MRG? Let's say like what can we expect?
Part of the 5 years is gonna be like, you know, like a big name on the Coachella joint.
Nice.
You know, Rolling Loud, Summer Jam, all those big festivals. Yeah, maybe a Grammy. I would love to get a Grammy, you know. Yeah, man, just all those big bucket list goals. Collaborations, I definitely want to...
Who's your dream collab?
Ooh, that's tough. Dream collab? I know he's under a lot of fire right now and, you know, probably going through mental stuff, but I think Kanye. I just always...
Interesting.
You know, seeing... Hearing Jesus Walks on the radio, bro, that shit is different. Like, boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? Like, and to hear somebody just not talk about like street shit, it was like refreshing because, you know, I don't really talk about that stuff, and you know, I'm not super street, so
I respect it.
To hear Kanye take over and beat 50 Cent in the little competition they had, I was like, oh man, this is crazy for the game, you know?
No, that's what's up. So before we wrap up, I want to do a quick speed round with you because you have a song called Cap Season.
Yeah,
Capricorn season, right?
Yeah.
I'm also a Capricorn, but I was born Christmas Eve. I don't believe in zodiac signs, but I know people believe in it.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna ask you questions, and you need to let me know.
Okay.
What sign you relate to what I ask you the most? So the first one is, what's the craziest sign you've ever dated?
Craziest sign I ever dated? Virgo.
Virgo?
Yeah, Virgo.
Hands down.
Yeah, Virgo, hands down.
Okay.
Virgo. Which I feel like ain't even that crazy. Not to interrupt, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what sign cheats the most?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius?
Yeah.
Okay. My girlfriend's a Sagittarius. Anyways, all right. Which sign lies the most?
I guess Gemini, because they the twin, they the two-faced.
Yeah, so you really in that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
I'm not to spoil it. I'm not a super Capricorn expert, but I mean Capricorn. Zodiac expert, but I still believe it's hard, man, because it's written so generally that people
that's why I don't believe in it.
But I think I think like believing in math and shit is all aligned with the stars and stuff. I think there's some truth to it, but I'm not like, oh, he a Capricorn, so he automatically But I do see like some trends. Like I would say I'm more serious about my business. I mean,
that's what they say about us.
Hell, yeah.
That's
but I feel like, yeah, because I like to clown around, but when it's time to get busy, like this show, like you serious. I mean, but it is business at the end of the day, so yeah.
Okay, so now last but not least,
yeah,
I'm gonna put you in a scenario.
Okay.
You're about to commit a bank robbery.
Okay.
Right? And you have to pick one partner in crime. In crime.
Yeah.
What sign are you choosing?
Scorpio. I say it right away. My mom's a Scorpion. I feel like if you do good by them and you stick with them, they most ride or die. But if you fuck them over, it's over. They taking you out. Like, if they doing some suicide shit, they not doing it unless you in the room. Like, you gotta get blown up. What? I don't know why I said suicide, but they gonna go out of their way to make sure that you not doing well if you fuck them over.
Oh,
okay. I said suicide because they'll, at the expense of their own demise, they'll make sure you get fucked up. Just to be petty.
They're self-sabotage, like it don't matter.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think a Scorpion like kills itself when it stings you. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that's a B. I think
a B too. It could be a Scorpion too, but I know that Scorpions are very like, there's no middle ground. It's either we ride or die or like, fuck you.
Okay.
Enemies.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna add one last quick one. What's the best sign ever?
Damn.
Capricorn, he said it. Ladies and gentlemen, Elephant Pick. Before we get out of here, you know you gotta step into the booth and you gotta give us some bars. You know that, right?
Let's do it.
Last but not least, any shout outs, anything you want to promote your handle, everything, let the people know.
Man, y'all know where to follow me at MRG everywhere. Yeah, man, lots of music on the way. Shout my engineer, DJ Most Wanted. Shout Frank Roth for having me in the
Appreciate you.
Elephant Pick team. And yeah, man, hey, we just getting warmed up. We just getting started. Yeah, man, stay tuned.
Yo, check out that Money Come single, ladies and gentlemen, for real, because that one is fire. And we got many more singles on the way. MRG, Elephant Pick now. One last one. I know I kept saying last one, but this is the last one.
Yeah.
If you had to recommend anybody to be Elephant Pick, who would you recommend?
To do an interview?
Yeah.
That I know personally?
No, it doesn't matter. It's just somebody you recommend. I've been doing this segment now where I ask people, like, who do you think I should interview next?
That's a good ass question.
It doesn't have to be an artist.
Ooh.
As long as they have an interesting life story. So it's kind of like you passing the baton.
Damn.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna interview them. I just want. I
think my engineer and my producer, DJ Most Wanted.
Dope.
He's had a dope story in the game. He's like an invaluable part of my. Invaluable, is that the right word?
Yeah, that's it.
Invaluable. Yeah. Like he gave me my microphone. Like he's my day one with this music shit. He produced, he co-produced Ooh. He engineered Ooh, Scooby Doo Papa. And he's just got his own story of music and, you know, engineer, producer life. And he's a dope artist coming soon, so.
Dope.
Yeah, he's got a dope journey.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Elephant Pick. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. YouTube, subscribe, like, leave a comment. We appreciate all of it. MRG, Frank Roth, we signing out. Peace.